Hello people who cannot sit at home, thank you so much for being here. This video is dedicated to the launch of my very new book, Free or Almost Free Ontario Destinations from Toronto. This book is out on Amazon, the print version of it, and there's also a digital version, PDF version on Etsy. Both of the links are down below. This is the second video of similar to the 10 full day trips that are in this book, but this is not what's actually one of the trips. It's something unique in there, but the idea is the same. Basically a nice budget-friendly road trip that you can do with your family or by yourself. So let's start this road trip with Humber Arboretum. This is on the grounds of Humber College, which is about in Etobicoke. So it's essentially Toronto, but maybe I'd say 20 minutes from the downtown Toronto. And it's a very little known, but absolutely gorgeous garden, and it is actually huge. What I'm showing you is the area where they have like the ponds and they have a number of beautiful flowers, but there are actually also a lot of hiking paths. If you go like right now, if you go towards the left from this point on, you can spend a long time here. But besides that, I personally love how beautiful this place is. They even have goldfishes in the pond. It's so adorable. Right now, of course, is the springtime, and they had a whole number of beautiful magnolia trees. Arboretum is sort of like the museum of trees, as I understand. Look out for the signs in front of each of the tree, and they're telling you what is the tree about. And at different times of the summer, of the warmer months of the year, there will be, you know, different greenery, different flowers. And it's a beautiful place. We've been here in the middle of the summer, and it's gorgeous in the middle of the summer. You have to go here. There's so many flowers. Whoever is the keeper of this garden is amazing. Really beautiful, beautiful garden. I loved seeing over here the cute little turtles. Do not come too close to them because that will scare them, of course. Over here they're just chilling on the branches in the water. And this garden also has this area. It looks sort of like a Japanese garden. Very beautiful. There are a number of fountains. Right now it's not working. It will work during the summer times. It's actually beautiful when we were here midsummer. So make sure to check that out as well. And closer to that Japanese garden, there's also a rosarium. Again, it's closer to the midsummer that you will see beautiful roses. I do have to say that the parking here is a bit of a challenge. There are only 2 spots for the cars. You can also get here, as I understand, by Go Bus and just by bus. What I personally do when I come here and the parking spots are taken, I actually just wait. This time when we were here, I waited, I think, for about 10 minutes, and the people switched over and I took their parking spot. There is another area where you can park. Over here it tells you where to park. To be honest, I've never parked at the college, but as I understand, you can also find another place to park. Over here is the second stop. This is Chingokusi Park. This is a beautiful park with a number of things. First of all, they have a huge area for the kids to play around. Some for free, some are ticketed, like for example these teacups, but this kind of city of climbing is free. And they also have a really lovely farm zoo. This is free to check out. There's a horsey, there's a donkey, adorable alpaca, and a number of goats. And when you go inside, I think this is just their kind of indoor for the same animals. That's where they sleep. Over here is the pig that didn't want to be outside. Also go inside and check it out. But right behind the farm, you will see the Chingokusi greenhouse. This is a really beautiful space, totally free to check out. Make sure to go here. One section is dedicated to succulents, and whoever is responsible for, you know, keeping of this place definitely loves it. Very creative the way that everything is displayed. They put stuff in, you know, in frames. They almost make art out of the succulents. It is really beautiful. Over here, a number of cacti, and there's even eyes on it. So like really, really pleasant place. And here's the other section of the same greenhouse. This one is more tropical. It has this ginormous tree, a number of flowers. But what I love the most is this kind of walk through. So you have this arch and then you continue walking and there's so much greenery. And then at the end, you end at this kind of area with a door and there's a table, and for some reason it reminds me of Mexico. I don't know why. I love coming here, especially in the kind of middle of the winter. Such a little beautiful oasis, completely for free, and you get to be inside all of this greenery. At this point, we got pretty hungry. We went to the restaurant nearby. The name of it is, I'm gonna butcher this, Rajdhani Sweets and Restaurant. I looked at the pictures online and I thought this was interesting how you have the sweet section that you can just kind of pick and choose and go if you want to. But then the other section right next to it, it's a restaurant. You can sit down and have a bit of a meal. The prices were very cheap. As I understand, this is a Punjabi restaurant. And here's our first dish that we ordered, and here's the second dish with naan, and that was the paneer. So here we are trying the first dish. It actually looks much better than it tasted. At least I wasn't a fan. My mom actually loved it. What that was is chickpea balls together with like yogurt and different spices, but it was sweet. Unusual for me to have chickpeas to be sweet, but not for me, but it wasn't bad taste. It was interesting, so I don't want to discourage you to try it out. To be honest, I don't remember the name of it, but I do know that this is paneer with kind of like a butter chicken sauce. Very yummy. I highly recommend that. That was really amazing. And their masala tea was also really great. Here's the sweets that we got from the other section over there that I was showing you. I found that a lot of those sweets were very similar in taste. They just were different color and shape, but the taste was all very identical. At least I couldn't tell. But I did like them. And right next door there was an Indian store, so we checked it out. I got a henna because I love henna for hair coloring. And then we checked out their different chais and masala chais. Definitely a place to check out if you're into Indian chais. I absolutely love Indian chais, great quality, so we picked up some chai here. And just in general wandered around the store. And I'm sorry I forgot to mention, at this point we are in Brampton. So we went from Etobicoke and now we're in Brampton. So for our next stop, we're heading to the nearby PAMA, P-A-M-A. It's essentially Peel Art Gallery, Museum and Archives. So this is a very interesting place. First of all, the entry right now is pay what you can, up until I think like end of May, and then it's $6 per person. But then when you walk in, half of the museum is actually an old jail, Peel County Jail to be exact, and over here we are just checking it out, reading about it, learning about it, and of course this has not been functioning for quite some time, so this is the old style jail, but you can see what's inside. You can also listen to some of the inmates' stories and how they got there essentially and what they did. Here is an actual jail. You can walk inside of it and kind of experience it, I guess. Not particularly pleasant, that's for sure. Continuing on to the other section, they have a bit of a NASA space area. They talk about the Canada Arm over here. It was well displayed, definitely interesting. A bit of a mock-up over here of how it looks in space. Now when you go outside and out of the jail section and go to the other part of the museum, this is the courthouse. At least it used to be the courthouse. It is a very interesting, beautiful building, very tall ceilings. And here you can actually stand where the judge used to stand and take some photos. There was a lady kind of giving information, quite fascinating. And if you still have time in the day, you need to check out Halton Badlands. This is about 20 minutes from the museum and it is a beautiful area. The entry is free, but the parking is paid. And what you get to see is this beautiful Mars-like red earth. So I quickly Googled and I found out that this is an Ontario geological treasure and it formed at the base of an ancient sea about 450 million years ago. Definitely a gorgeous place to check out. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below your thoughts about this road trip. And of course, make sure to check out my free or almost free Ontario Destinations book that is in print format and the PDF format. Both links are down below. The next videos are going to be about the 88 one location trips. These are going to be unique, not exactly what's in the book. Make sure to check them out as well. Please subscribe, like, and share, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.